today we are talking July favorites. The very first thing I want to say is thank you so much for all of your love on the shoe haul video and just sticking with me the past few weeks as I get over a terrible cold, which I'm pretty much completely better now, so I'm just ready to be back in action. And so I want to talk to you about some favorites and one flop today for the month of July. I can't believe July is almost over. I mean, I feel like it just happened, so for it to almost be over is just insane to me, but onwards and upwards, you know what I mean? So let's get started. The very first thing is this lip combo that I've been wearing pretty much all month long, and I wore this in my last video, my shoe haul video, and I believe I wore it in my makeup tutorial before that, and it's this, and it's MAC Stripdown lip liner with Nars Belle Jour lipstick. These are two classics I think every lip lover should have. If you don't have MAC Stripdown, you need it in your life. It is the most gorgeous all-purpose like brown color. It just makes your lips look full. It's the perfect lip liner for any nude lipstick. It's just a complete must-have, and I love it. Sorry, my watch just like made a vibration. Never mind. And Belle Jour is just a really classic nude. It is very nude, but I love it, especially over top, right here, especially over top of Stripdown. I feel like it just gives your lip that sort of pouty look that I love. My hair, I curled it in like beachy waves yesterday, and I haven't done anything to it today. So we're just gonna go with it because I don't feel like redoing my hair. Let's continue. So, for foundation, now you know I play around with foundations all the time, so when I tell you I love a foundation, you've got to trust me. And I know that I do love quite a few, but you know, some days I'm in the mood for something a bit more subdued and skin-like. Some days I'm in the mood for something a bit more heavy and dewy, so it changes all the time. But the foundation I've been wearing all month long practically is the Hello Flawless Oxygen Foundation. This is what it looks like. I purchased this months ago, and the color was way too dark for me back then, so I was mixing it with something else, but now the color matches me perfect, and it's color I'm All That Rage Beige. I love this foundation. This just gives me great coverage. The tone is fantastic. It's not like super dewy, but it's not matte either. I think it's got like a satin finish. I think it's phenomenal. I have absolutely been loving it. And the funny thing is, when I first got it, I didn't really love it, and that's because I was much more fair and this was really dark, so it just didn't look right. I've mentioned this before too, so often you don't like a foundation, when you don't like how something applies, chances are it's not the formula you don't like, it's the tone or the shade or the color. Once you get the shade, the tone, the color, once you get all of that right, I feel like you will look at foundations that you never liked before in a whole new way. It's the weirdest thing in the world, but it really is the truth. Like this foundation I wasn't crazy about all by itself, but now it's just like perfection in a bottle for me. I've been loving it, and I've been just topping it with the translucent powder from Mercier, and I think it's a perfect combo. And with my makeup setting spray from Makeup Forever, I feel like it lasts all day. I've been wearing this all day, and it's really late right now. It's 8:29 p.m. So it looks just like it did when I put it on this morning. Okay, for bronzer, this is one of my all-time favorite bronzers. What was that? This is one of my all-time favorite bronzers, and I think it beats so many high-end bronzers. It's not even funny. It's the Maybelline Dream Sun Bronzing Powder in 110 Glow Medium. This is what it looks like. I am wearing this today. I don't know if you'll be able to tell with the lighting, but it is gorgeous. It's not matte. It's not like, it doesn't have chunks of shimmer in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it does have a gorgeous sheen. And the thing is, like, when you swatch it, you're like, oh, it's not really that dark. But for some reason, when you apply it onto the face, it's like, boom. It really is quite pigmented, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's from a drugstore, so it's affordable, it's awesome. It beats a lot of my high-end bronzers. I love this, and I think you need it especially for summer. It's gorgeous. And the last sort of face product, if you will, I do have one more face product, but it is the Becca Jacklyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter. I am wearing this today. I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter. This is what it looks like. I'm sure you've seen every single person talk about this. It's what it looks like. It's a beautiful sort of gold highlight. Now, I've had a lot of people actually ask me on Twitter, because you know I love to glow like a disco ball. Is it worth it? Is it that unique? Should I spend the money on it? And this is my honest opinion. It's not the most unique color in the world. If you have other sort of gold highlighters, I think you could do without, but the texture is fantastic, and I just think, I don't know, it's a fellow YouTuber. She did something amazing with an amazing brand, and I'm all for it. So I think everyone needs this in their lives. It's just a beautiful highlight, and it supports a YouTuber. So I think everybody should have it. It is absolutely magnificent in terms of color, in terms of texture. If you don't have another highlighter that's color, don't go buy other ones, just get this one. This one is awesome. There's something about the texture of Becca products, like the Becca highlighters and blushes. There's just something about the texture that just feels luxurious. It feels just creamy and soft, and it just makes you glow in all the right places. It's just, it is, in my opinion, an absolute must-have. It's not that unique. So if you have other gold ones, gold champagne-y color highlighters, you don't need it. But I can never have enough highlighters. So thrilled with this purchase, thrilled to be supporting a fellow YouTuber, and I do love the product itself. So it's a win-win. Okay, I have gone back to my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is in the color Sand. I've been trying so many new concealers, and nothing is thrilling me or making me so excited the way this one does. I love this. It's not heavy, it's not cakey, it's not drying, because I do have dry under eyes, especially in the winter. I don't know what it is about this particular concealer, but I love it. Now, if you have super dark under eye circles, or you're trying to conceal something, this is not going to be for you, because this is not super thick full coverage. You'll want something like the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. That would be perfect for that. But for me, for someone that's just trying to conceal under the eyes a little bit and just brighten under the eyes a little bit, this is perfect. And the color I prefer is the color Sand Sable. I can get away with this right now, where I'm not at the most tan I've been, you know, at the tannest I'm going to be all summer, but I'm also not fair either. I can get away with this pretty much all the time. In the winter, it's not as highlighting, because it matches me a little bit more, because I'm more fair. But now it just works perfect as the concealer and the highlighter. I love it. And I recently tried this one, which is the Better Skin Concealer, and the color I got is light medium. I think this is a little bit, if I remember correctly, I wasn't just thrilled by this, and the reason being is because it's, first of all, the coverage isn't really there, and this particular shade, I don't know if you can see it, it's very cool. It's very like grayish pink. Let me see if I can swatch them side by side. Yeah, it's a huge difference. This is the Better Skin Concealer from Maybelline. You can see it's very sort of pink and cool, and this one is the Fit Me Concealer from Maybelline, which is a bit warmer and more yellow, which is what I tend to, you know, go for. So this didn't thrill me. I think it's because of the shade, but I also don't want to keep purchasing them to find the right shade, because I don't like returning things that are open. If I can help it, I don't like to return it. Like, for example, this I'm not going to return, even though I'm not going to be wearing it. I'm just going to give this to my sister. I don't know. I'm funny about that. So I don't know. Jury's still out, but I don't love it. Okay, 2 eye products. I've told you this before in my last video. I'm in like an eyeshadow rut, where I'm not just being thrilled with eyeshadows right now. What I have actually on my eyelids today is my Laura Mercier Eye Basics in Buff, which is awesome. You can wear this all by itself, and I very often do. It's kind of like a pinky undertone, sort of champagne-y pinky undertone, but it's got some sheen to it, and when you blend it out, it's gorgeous. You see that? It's right over here. It's gorgeous. So you can get away with wearing this all over the eyelid. It works wonders by itself. It's also great because it's summer, so it gives you like that carefree, you've got something light on the eyes kind of look. but you know, it's not too heavy, it's not too much, you don't have to think about it at all. So today I have this with, I don't even know what shadow I have on top of it, and then I just took a black liner and just black, like just pen liner, not a liquid liner, but just a regular pencil liner, and just sort of smoked it out and formed it into a wing, so it's a bit more smoky. I can do a tutorial if you want to, but it took me like 3 minutes, and Joe loves it. And I went to get a pedicure and manicure today, and all the girls, they were like, I love your makeup. And I'm like, thank you. It took me 4 minutes, but thank you. So I love that. I love when that happens. So this you can wear all by itself. It's awesome. I love it. It gives you a light sheen. But I've also been loving something a little bit cooler, slightly darker, and I've been doing this all by itself, or I've been just throwing on like a very similar colored like shadow on top of it. And the product I'm talking about is the Color Tattoo in the shade Vintage Plum. I've been really liking this. I don't know why. It's not normally a color I gravitate towards, but it's really dark, as you can see right there. But I don't know why I've been really liking it. The only thing I'll say is that this particular color goes on a little bit patchy, so you have to kind of be a little bit more careful. It's not as easy to apply as the Mercier Eye Basics. It's a little bit more, you have to work a little bit more. I feel like I have a better time using like a concealer brush or a brush like this, which is a concealer brush, to apply this, versus a bigger buffing brush like I like to do with the Eye Basics, which I love this one, which is by Real Techniques, and it's the Dome Shadow Brush. I love applying cream shadows with this brush, but when it comes to this particular one, I find that it's a bit difficult because it goes on really patchy, so I have to use a brush like this, sort of pack it on, and then use a brush like this to buff out the edges. And you're gonna have to do 1 or 2 coats of it, like layers of it, so it's a bit more opaque. And I do like to put an eye primer underneath of it just to keep it from creasing, and I find that works. It does sound like it's complicated, but it really isn't. I've just been popping this all over the lid, and then I'll go over that with something. This is what I've been using just to set it. Seriously? Ugh. This is what I've been using over it just to set it, and this is the Milani eyeshadow in Bella Cafe. It's a satin shadow. It's not super pigmented. I don't know if you can see that. It's right over here. It's not super pigmented, but it just works at setting that and just buffing it into the crease to buff out any harsh edges. And I've been really loving that. So those are my favorites. And now I'm going to share with you the flop, which I've shared with you a few months ago, but I'm going to share it with you again because I filmed a makeup tutorial and I had to scrap it because this frustrated me so much, and I didn't like the way it looked. I was just beyond annoyed. And I'm talking about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit. I have the color Light. I'm so frustrated with this thing. Last time I mentioned it, some of you told me to just add a few drops of like an oil to this. I tried that. That didn't work very well. What happened was I tried adding it to these colors, this and these two, because I figured those are the ones I really sort of gravitate towards. The oil ended up just sitting on top of the product, and it didn't really soak in. I used just the, it was like an argan oil. It was like I think it was by, what is her name? Josie Moran. Like I had a little sample of that, so I just dropped a little bit in there. It never fully went in, so I had to kind of like clean it off. And I tried to use this the other day. I was filming a makeup tutorial. I was using this sort of under the eyes for highlight. It is so dry, and like I don't know if you can see, like it's not creamy. It's really not. Like I really have to work. I don't know if you can see that. I really have to work, and it does not blend. It's just dry and cakey. It doesn't blend. I'm really frustrated, and I'm just gonna give up. I can't. I'm the kind of person, which I know a lot of you want to see. I'm rambling because I missed you. I know a lot of you want to see a makeup collection video. One, I'm hesitant to do that because I've seen other people get kind of like beat up for it, so I'm scared. But really, if you know me in real life, you know that I don't like keeping things I don't use. Like that drives me crazy. You'll never see, I do have a lot of makeup, I'm not gonna lie, but I give so much away to my sister. I have a big bag of it waiting for my brother's girlfriend when they come here to give to her. I don't like buying makeup so that I can just showcase it. I actually like playing with makeup. I like using stuff. I like being excited when I put my makeup on. I don't want to have to use something just to use it up. That's not my personality. I feel like life is short, so I want to use things I just really love and that thrill me. That's not thrilling me. That is frustrating me because it just doesn't. I don't know how other people do it. I've tried using it with a beauty blender. I tried using it with a brush that I sprayed with some Mario Badescu spray just to make it a bit more workable. It doesn't work. I have given up. I'm over it. That's the end of the story. I don't like that thing. I would so much rather use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the Cafe color or my Maybelline Stick Fit Me Shine Free Yada Yada in Toffee Caramel. I would rather use that over that any day because that just doesn't work. Okay, so also I wanted to share these two things with you that are really my favorites. I've been wearing these every single day. I have not been taking this off. This is a necklace I got from Nordstrom. I have no idea what the name of it is, but if I can find it, I will leave it in the link in the description box down below for you. I got it on the anniversary sale. Let me zoom in so I can show you. It's just a really small bar and it's really thin chain and it's got little tiny diamonds on it right there. I don't know if you can see it. And then I've been wearing these earrings that I got from the Nordstrom sale as well. They're both gold, sort of gold plated, I guess. I'm not really sure. I got them for like $30-some a piece from the Nordstrom sale. When I was younger, my mom, sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. My mom got me a little necklace like this that had my name written. You know, it said Laura on it, but it was really small. She had got me one that was silver, that was much bigger, and then she got me a really tiny one that said Laura in cursive, like cursive writing, and it was stolen. So, but I wear it all the time because it was really, the chain was really thin, it was real gold, so I could wear it in the shower, which I don't really do that anymore. I don't wear any jewelry in the water anymore, but I loved wearing it because I never took it off, and I just added different jewelry with it instead of taking it off. I think it's because it reminded me of my mom because I was here, she was in Italy, so I never wanted to take it off, but I've been wanting something really sort of fragile and thin to wear, in, you know, because it reminds me of wearing that necklace, if that makes any sense. And I haven't found anything quite like it that was just thin enough and small enough to be almost undetectable. Then I found this, loved it, loved it, loved it. I've been wearing it every single day since I got it, and I've also been loving these earrings. I've been calling these just my everyday earrings because they're really comfortable, they're really pretty, but also they just don't feel like you have anything heavy on, and they go with everything. So those are my favorite for the month as well. So that's everything. I feel like I'm out of breath. Let me know what your favorites were for the month of July and what you're looking forward to for the month of August. I am looking forward to seeing my brother and his girlfriend. They're coming in just a few weeks to stay with us for about 16 days. So we are beyond thrilled and excited to have them here. So that is everything. Hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.